Hello out there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all my non-cisgendered brick buddies. You're tuned in to another episode of PJ Builds Bricks. As always, I'm your host PJ, and this is episode 9 in the series where we are working on the NASA X LEGO Space Shuttle Discovery set. Now this week, I'm giving you another 2-for-1 deal. That's right, 2 bags for 1 video. We're going to be working on bags number 11 and 12. Now, bag number 11 is going to give us a bulkhead piece that's going to sit right about pretty much where my hand is right here. That's going to separate the engine compartment and the aft fuselage from the mid fuselage, which is in bag number 12, the payload bay. We're going to start building up the edges of the payload bay to prepare them for the doors. But before we get started, just a quick recap here. Weighing in at 24,500 pounds. And at a length about the size of a large school bus, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Hubble Telescope! And over here we have a partially completed Space Shuttle Discovery. I mean, really, currently this baby right here, it's got wings, it's got engines, it's got some landing gear, but it's got its convertible top down, which, I mean, knowing a little bit about space, and I'm sure most of you folks at home do too, having a convertible top down is not exactly a good thing out there in the cold, dark vacuum of space. Hey, we're going to work on building that up over the next couple episodes though and close everything in, so that's pretty good. For those of you who like to keep score at home, bag number 11's got 35 total steps and 107 pieces. I'll have the stats for you later on for bag number 12. This week, drinking something a little bit different, we got a Chowning's Tavern root beer from Williamsburg, Virginia. So, cheers. And now, onto the world-famous build surface. Alright, and here we are on the world-famous build surface. Now, those of you who are eagle-eyed might notice that the build surface this time is a different color. Now, the reason for that is that we're starting to move on to primarily white-colored pieces. So, you know, the white table covering that I had beforehand isn't really going to mix well with primarily white pieces. So, this one is going to be a little bit easier to see with a black natural tabletop surface. Also, today's sponsor for the world-famous build surface is Brickware. My friends, have you ever wanted to build your own underwear? I know I have. Well, our hopes and dreams have come true thanks to Brickware. Sure, putting Legos together is fun, but have you ever experienced the satisfying joy in building your own underwear out of bricks? You can choose your own colors. You can choose your own design. You can follow the directions step by step and... Okay, I got some questions here. First of all, like, where do I even start? Like, just how? How? What happens when you try to walk? I mean, they're gonna fall apart and fall off. Or like, what's gonna happen when you go to put your actual pants on? They're also gonna just kind of crumble and disintegrate and fall all over the place, and you're not gonna be wearing underwear anymore. And you know, that's not good. And let's be real here. To my main question, let's say that you somehow managed to put your pants on without them falling apart, and you somehow managed to like take a few steps. I'm pretty sure that's not very comfortable, and I'm also thinking that a wedgie in those things might actually be deadly. But, I mean, they paid me, so I have to talk about their product. That's Brickware. Make your own underwear out of Legos and instructions and Brickware, and I really need to get myself some better sponsors. Let's just get to work. right, there we have it. The bulkhead right here is now complete. We've started a bit of the tail section. That's going to wind up on these pieces right here in future bags. Really not much to talk about with this bulkhead here. Its main purpose is basically to connect back here the aft fuselage and the engines to the mid fuselage right here and kind of protect the payload bay from a lot of the heat that's generated back in the engine compartment here. I mean, consistent with the rest of the space shuttle, it's made of titanium and aluminum and fiberglass. You know, back in here, there's all sorts of like wires and tubings that control the engine and some of the you know, the flaps and everything on the wing. But that's about it. There's not too much to it. But now we get to move on to bag number 12. Asthma. Yay. So in bag number 12, we're going to be looking at 20 steps total and 120 pieces. And what we're doing with this bag is it's going to be a lot of tiny pieces here. We're going to be building up, as I mentioned before, the beginnings of the payload bay, and we're going to be working on a little bit of the cockpit there. So yeah, 20 steps, 162 pieces. Here we go. Let's get to work. Get this last little piece that's going on here. My, if you remember my lovely co-host from the other last episode, Mooch, she's decided to join us. You know, turn around, let everybody see your pretty face. Okay, that's fine. You can lay like that too. Whatever makes you happy, my little girl. All right, and there we go. Bags 11 and 12 have been completed. So as you see, you know, again, we built a bulkhead here. We started work on the mid deck of the cockpit here. You got this cute little seat, really tiny, really small. Fit a little tiny astronaut there. Actually, you know what? Stand by. Mooch, talk to the fine people. I understand that the Mooch is a lady of few words. I have just the perfect thing for this. This is from the Apollo 11 moon landing set right here, and it came with all these tiny astronauts. And as you can see, there were only two on the moon, but it came with too many. So I'm gonna throw a little tiny astronaut in this seat because there you go, tiny astronaut. What you know about rolling down in the deep, floating like an astronaut on the water, and all that good stuff. So he's gonna lay there and just kind of, I guess he'll just hang out there for now. Um, be my fun little astronaut in the seat. So yeah, there we go. That's it. So a little fun fact about the mid deck right there. It's basically where the crew's going to store a lot of their equipment, and they're going to change into their outfits or their spacesuits, I should say, right here before they float into the payload bay for their spacewalks. And then also during launch and reentry, commonly in the mid deck, you'll have a mission specialist, sometimes a payload specialist, or sometimes nobody if there's not that many people on the flight because they prefer to sit up in the higher cockpit. But yeah, that'll do it. That'll wrap it up for this episode. So I would like to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me as I built these two bags right here. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications for new videos. Spread this out, tell your friends, because what I want to do is my birthday is next month. I'd love to get us up to 50 subscribers. That would be super cool if we could get up that high in a month's time. Almost exactly a month, actually. So that'd be awesome. And again, don't forget that I have my little musician contest. Not really a contest, more of a musician, I guess, quid pro quo thing. If you know any musicians that do some sort of like mostly instrumental music, I'd be more than happy to fit them into the videos during the build portions if it kind of fits the vibe of what we do. I'd love to give them a shout out, so tell them to get in touch with me either through Twitter at PJBuildsBricks or on email at pjbuildsbricks@gmail.com, or just leave a comment below the video and I'll see it there and just kind of check it out. But yeah, that'll do it. So for myself, for Mooch, and for all the other kitties that are just kind of hanging around my apartment and sleeping right now, didn't want to disturb them, remember, please, I'm begging you, the only time that it's acceptable to wear Crocs is when you're picking up your Legos. Just keep that in mind, guys. Take care and be healthy.